Well, it's fitting that we had Don Sutton speaking for Major League Baseball, because he's out here in the 9th inning now, trying to nail down Game 2 for the Dodgers and also grab himself a World Series shutout. And he's facing Bando, Jackson, and Rudy.
Sal Bando.
Don Sutton's first World Series game.
Don is very cute, and I use the word advisedly in his stretch. He has experimented with just how much he can get away with. And after the inning and just before this started, Alvin Dark talked to Doug Harvey, I'm sure, about the way Sutton has been holding men on base. There's a picture of it.
Bando, 0 for 3. He's hit. Bando hit by the pitch ball. Well, that puts a runner on and brings up Jackson, who's flying out, walked and singled.
Well, there was nowhere for him to go, and it's a bad sign to start an inning off that way because he's just gotten out of a bases-loaded spot, so they immediately get Mike Marshall up in the bullpen. We'll pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. There's Iron Mike. He's been up a couple of times.
Joe Romo, the A's trainer, out attending Bando, hit on the left shoulder. He's all right. Reggie Jackson, last time up, single in the center. Bando at first. The A's trailing by 3 in the 9th. They're deep and toward right for Jackson. He looks at a strike.
The one comfort for Sutton now in facing a great hitter like Jackson, Jackson can't beat him, nor can he tie him. He can just get them close. That's about making the most of a terrible situation.
The best of the worst. Jackson's a real baseball fan. The 1-strike delivery, and he accidentally hits it down the left field line. Bando's coming on to third. Jackson on the pull hamstring goes into second. The A's have runners on second and third, nobody out.
I think
here's Alston coming out.
I wouldn't be surprised now if he will lip Sutton immediately. It was a bad break to get in trouble on a half swing with the infield swung around to play first. Jackson checks his swing and rolls one into left for a double. We'll take a look at the check swing. He's just trying to hold out. He started to make his stride in, got to about there and said, no, I don't want it. And it hit the bat. And with Say overshifted, the ball went between Ron down the line.
You see the little smile?
There's a Christmas double.
Right.
And I think now, I'm just guessing, he'll go right to the bullpen.
I thought so. I'll take it. Reggie says I'll take it. I've hit some 400-foot flies that have been caught or line drives at somebody.
It is so late in the game, and since Sutton has just escaped a tough 8th inning, I think Alston figures that I have pressed it far enough. And I have to believe, yep, Mike Marshall will come in. During the year, when Marshall comes into a game, it's interesting. He carries a windbreaker and runs in from the bullpen. He looks like a matador who can't wait to get at the bull. And here he comes. While he does, there's a break in the action here in Los Angeles. The score, the Dodgers 3, Oakland nothing in the top of the 9th.
Mike Marshall is his own man, isn't he, Ben? Many interesting theories he has.
Yes, one of them is that mound he's standing on. You know, when you come in from the bullpen, no matter how many times you come in, it takes you a moment or two to get accustomed to the mound. Catfish Hunter said yesterday that was his biggest problem. And Marshall says most relief pitchers make a mistake. They come in and warm up, making some casual pitches. When he comes to the mound, his primary concern is to throw as hard as he can, as if he's facing a hitter, to immediately get accustomed to the mound. It is never the same as it is in wherever you've warmed up.
He has pitched now the incredible total of 201 games the last 2 years. There's his record for this season.
Fastball, screwball, and slider.
He's facing Joe Rudy, who has struck out, flied out, hit into a force out. Rudy's up with Bando at third, Jackson at second, nobody out. And the Dodgers ahead 3-0 in the 9th inning.
We were saying the A's get the maximum out of the minimum. Here they are with a hit batter and a check swing, and they're in business.
They've had 5 hits. The Dodgers have had 6 hits. Larry Haney is the next scheduled batter. And he's waving at the Scroochie. No balls and a strike.
When the Dodgers were in Houston recently, he lectured at Rice University. He has his doctorate in kinesiology, the study of body motion and what the muscles do and don't do.
I was going to say, I bet you didn't lecture on pitching. There's a drive into center field. There's 1 run in. Here comes Jackson in. And the tying run is at first base now. For the A's in the top of the 9th inning. As Rudy knocks in 2. The hit batsman, a double to the wrong field by Jackson, and a single up the middle by Rudy. And the A's are back in business, and Charlie Finley says, go get him. Larry Haney is up for the first time in this series. Check it, Gene Tennis. Gene Tennis, the batter. Strike to him.
Angel Mangual on deck to bat for Haney.
We had those defensive changes in the last of the 8th inning for the A's. Rudy at first, the tying run in the 9th inning. 3-2 Los Angeles. A check swing, and now Yeager says, let's have an appeal down there. And Doug Harvey. But it's a ball, 1-1. Nobody out.
The left-hander is Jim Brewer, primarily known for a good screwball, and the right-hander is Charlie Huff, who is a knuckleball pitcher.
They're playing Tennis deep and toward left. You fastball him, and he'll drive at a distance. He had 26 homers this year. That's a strike. He came right in there with it.
Yeah, he has a little slider to complement the fastball and the screwball. Mike, I think if I had a chart in front of me, I would believe that he is more effective at the start of an inning than he would be with men on base.
Ron Say is right on top of that third base line. He doesn't want anything to go down the line. Struck him out. He turned it over, and Tennis strikes out.
Yeah, that's the screwball. That means now that 10 A's struck out today. 8 went down against Messersmith yesterday. Marshall had 1. That means 19 strikeouts in the 2 games.
Angel Mangual is a pinch hitter. He had 233 this year, 9 homers, 43 RBIs. Still at first base, the tying run for Oakland, Joe Rudy.
For John Odom,
1 down.
who was batting in the batting order, the number 7 position.
Now they've corrected.
I tell you what, they've got that messed up. That's not a right announcement at all.
No, Odom.
It's typical of the A's, though, to have a mess up, isn't it?
Odom was placed number 2 in the order.
That's right. He is batting for Larry Haney, who went in to catch after Fosse had gone out for the hitter. That's the way we had learned it, and now the runner taking over is the speedster, Herb Washington.
He's the only man in baseball, and it could only happen with the Oakland Ball Club, where they hire a man to do nothing but run. Herb Washington, a world-class sprinter, holds a world indoor record in the 50, 100-yard dashes. He is now running for Joe Rudy at first base.
I might repeat something we mentioned yesterday. Marshall, for a right-hander, is very quick in coming over to first base. So if Herb Washington, representing the tying run, tries to take too much of a lead, he would be susceptible. Marshall can come over there in a hurry.
Washington had to learn how to get a lead, how to slide. He's done it almost on sheer speed. And he's won some games late in the year. Maury Wills worked with him in spring training.
Wouldn't that be something to have somebody tutored by Wills come back to haunt the Dodgers?
Right. Pitches a strike. 29 steals for Washington. He was caught 16 times. He's run the 100-yard dash outdoors just in 9-2. When he makes it, he does it those great legs. Still trying to find out how to get a lead, he says.
Marshall is trying to take advantage of his, let's say, lack of maturity by stepping off the rubber twice now and faking a throw. And the third time.
3-2 Los Angeles. Herb Washington at first. Reggie Jackson and Alvin Dark watching intensely.
They got him.
Yes, sir. Marshall picked him up.
I knew if he was going to try and take that lead, Mike was too quick for him, and he nailed him. He really set him up by stepping off the rubber 3 times. And that was all part of it. Now watch out. He's got him leaning on his right leg. He is hung out to dry all the way. Take it from another look, and it's simply experience over immaturity. And look at there, he is dead.
The outspoken A's players have criticized their manager for using Washington at times. Nothing personal against him, but they just don't think that he has the instincts for baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're going to call it a strike. It's going to be 0-2.
0-2 now. So now the tying runs at the plate instead of on the bases. They're 2 down, nobody on. The Dodgers with a 1-run lead.
Screwball.
That's it. Hitting the screwball. The Los Angeles Dodgers have evened up the World Series. Marshall's pickoff of Washington at first, and then striking out the pinch hitter Manuel. Walter Alston congratulating Tommy John, who had his arm operated on. Sutton is the winner. Vida Blue is the loser. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Los Angeles, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Oakland.
Complete ball game for Don Sutton. Heck of a ball game and a good relief job from Marshall. Don, congratulations.
Thank you, Tony. I don't think you can say enough for the job that Mike did. I tell you, that shows you why he's such a fantastic relief pitcher. Not only does he come in and make it tough on the hitters, but he makes it tough on the runners, too. And